Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tori if you're new here, and today I am running into Walmart. I have a list. I'm going to see if I can spend under $15 to feed us some meals this week. We are a family of 4. My kids are toddlers, so I'm going to say these meals are for 2 adult people, and we are going to see what we can get on sale. If you are excited, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you soon for the haul. All right, I'm back. It is windy once again. We spent $15.83. So, and that was with tax. That's pretty good, I feel like. And we got a ton of food, like a bunch. So if you have not been to Walmart and you are on a budget, go head on into Walmart. Honestly, it's the cheapest that I found so far. We don't have an Aldi out here. Otherwise, I'd try that out. But you should try Walmart. I'm going to head home and show you the whole haul. Okay, here's the haul. Here's everything we got. I threw in a sour cream. It's $1. I think that's super cheap. It's not part of the haul. I didn't use it, but you could use it for a recipe coming up. We also got some cream cheese, just the Great Value brand. We got some frozen things. I'll talk about that towards the end here. Broccoli and cauliflower, chopped kale, both $1, and then the mixed veggies are 77 cents for now. And then I do have some all-purpose unbleached flour, 5 pounds of that. I have some canned items, tomato sauce, petite diced tomatoes with basil, garlic, and onion, cannellini beans, mixed chili beans, black olives, and lentils. I also have some carrots. This is 72 cents. I always pick up these carrots because they're so cheap. And then some bananas, as well as 2 Roma tomatoes coming out at 23 cents for both. I have an onion there. I have 1 sweet potato, and then I have 3 or 4 here. Yeah, 4 regular russet potatoes, and that is all. $15.31, I think, $15.81. But we are moving into our first recipe. It's going to be some biscuits or Biscuits, which is what my son calls them. I have flour here. You're going to use half of the sweet potato, and you could use sour cream in this, but you don't have to. I'm also adding a teaspoon of baking powder. I don't know what would happen if you didn't add baking powder, but if it's not in your budget, then don't add it. And then I'm going to add some salt. Again, not in your budget, don't add it. I'm going to mix everything together here. And right now the sweet potatoes are just being chopped and cooked in the background. And then I'm going to add them to this little concoction. Big shout out to you, Kathy. These little whisks are so fun. Thank you so much for sending them. They have made my mixing a lot easier. I really love having these. Kathy sent me 2 of them, so thank you so much. I'm creating a little hole here in the center, and then I'm going to add my mashed sweet potatoes. So then from here, the sweet potatoes have been added. I always add a little bit of olive oil to it. You don't have to. I'm adding a splash of oat milk as well, but you could just use water. I just wanted to try it. I've honestly never used oat milk in my biscuits, so I just wanted to try it. I usually just use water. I've seen people use buttermilk. Making biscuits, I feel like it gets... It's such an odd thing, but sometimes people argue about it in the comments about how biscuits are supposed to be made. I think it's so funny. But this is how we're making it. You want a wet consistency, and I always bake mine at 400 for around 15 minutes or so. We are on a budget here, so we're not using buttermilk. We're not using butter. We're just trying to make a biscuit or a bun from what we have here. I've said it in the past, but my entire kitchen is a big experiment, and it's fun because you can eat the experiment, but sometimes it doesn't come out the prettiest, if that makes sense, but it's still edible. So here we are. I'm just mixing things together. You will see this dough gets so wet, and it gets frustrating. I had to walk away for a little bit, but that's okay. That is Cooking with Tori on this channel. So here we go. We're going to get this onto a cutting board. You should probably put flour down, but I didn't. And I'm just going to grab little portions of the biscuit dough and put it onto my pan. Sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. Show me something. Give me more than one thing. I need more than less than I do. While those biscuits are going, I am working on the chili. If you're new here, we do this like a meal prep style. We have a unique situation in our kitchen right now, so things are easier to freeze for us. But for this chili, you're going to need tomato sauce, the other half of the sweet potato, some cannellini beans or white kidney beans. You're going to need some diced onion, some petite diced tomatoes, basically Rotel Italian style, lentils, and mixed chili beans. Here I am trying to be fancy with my editing. I'm much better at it on Instagram, but you basically just want to dice that sweet potato and onion. I'm trying to keep you on your toes, keep you surprised. And then you're going to rinse your lentils and your white kidney beans. You're going to need the chili sauce in the can, so leave that in there. And then the tomato sauce, you don't rinse, obviously, but and you don't rinse the Rotel either. So I'm going to rinse this up and get it into my crock pot. I'm cooking on high for 4 hours just because we have a lot to do today. Okay, sweet potato biscuits in the oven. Chili is cooking. Moving on to pierogies. It would not be a video with me if I didn't make pierogies, a budget video that is. I love pierogies. They're so easy to make and so cheap. It's just basically potato and flour. I have done so many variations of this on my channel. Just look for some of my pierogi recipes. They're everywhere. Usually I can find links for all of my videos, but some of you that are new here, I've been making videos for a very long time, and sometimes it's just really difficult and time consuming for me personally to look back in my videos for you, but you personally could do it on your own. Just look for the titles. It's really simple. But anyways, I make pierogies differently all the time, and if you have it in the budget, you're going to add olive oil to your batter as well, your dough, as well as something to thicken it. You could use applesauce, an egg. You could use this flax meal with water. I always have these kind of things on hand, so it is a pantry staple for me to have flax. I'm a plant-based eater, so having flax is easy, but I know a lot of you have an egg on hand, and if you don't, ask a neighbor. I know a lot of the meal deliveries, Meals on Wheels and food cupboards, they have those bags, and that is one thing that is in the bag. Eggs all the time. There's milk, eggs, there's flour, there's bread, there's so many different things. So here's my dough. It's really simple. I'm going to try and leave recipe links to the in the description box, but this week has been wild, so you'll have to bear with me on that one. But you're going to add about a cup of flour. You're going to do some salt. You're going to do that flax egg as well as a little bit of olive oil, and then I just add like little dips of water here until I get the consistency that I want.
Just got up, something's wrong. I waited up with wounds on my feet.
Now I am going to be rolling out my dough here. I just roll it until I get the desired consistency. You should be able to put your hand on the back of it there and kind of see your fingertips, if that makes sense. It's a little tricky with the flax, but I don't really know the measurement of the dough, but you want a thinner kind of dough. You don't really need this to rise, so don't add any baking powder to it, but I do like to add spices from time to time, so you could add like oregano to this or fresh basil. The dough is good. I'm setting it to the side here, and I went and got the biscuits out. We use these for like egg sandwiches, or you could just use them as is with some butter. These are really tasty with sausage gravy as well, but there are so many different things that you can do with these biscuits. The potatoes are cooked, and I added half a block of that cream cheese and some salt and pepper. All you're going to do is mash this up. You're actually just using half of this for the pierogies, and then you will use the other half for something later on. But just go ahead and mash these up, and then you're going to find a cup, and you are going to press the cup down and make little circles for your pierogi pockets. I will say this, even I struggle from time to time to get the right consistency here. Pierogies are easy, but I feel like it takes some getting used to, and you really have to get the measurements down to your preference. So this made a bunch, but we eat pierogies probably every week, if not twice a week. So they're already gone. But I'm going to put some in the freezer. I'll show you how I do that in a video this week. The pierogies are all done, and you are just going to stick this in a pot of boiling water until they rise to the top. After they rise, you just set them on a plate and allow them to kind of cool off, and then I'm just going to place them in freezer bags. When I need them, I just fry them up with some pepper and onion and some butter, but you will see that we have quite a bit left. We are going to make some potato waffles. I got this little guy from Walmart a few weeks back, and I wanted to try it out. So this is a little time consuming. I got in more than I thought, but that's okay. I had time to cook with the kids, so that was really what it was all about. So I'm going to add about a half cup of flour to this. You could add some chopped onions as well, but I'm going to mix that all together and make just little potato pancake waffles. The kids really enjoyed these. You could dip these in ketchup or marinara sauce, or you could make like a cream sauce with some of the cauliflower. I'll tell you about that in a second. And these were really tasty and super filling. I ate the whole plate, and there were more for the kids. So here are the pierogies. They are kind of drying off, and like I said, you just put them into a freezer bag just like this, and you can fry them up when you need them. Okay, here is the different spin on this video, because typically I cook every single ingredient that I get in the haul, but this time I did want to show you something easy and something that everyone can implement. I understand that some of these recipes are unique, but they are to be paired with other things. I don't want to call them sides. I don't want to call them main dishes. It really depends on what your family likes. I know what my family likes, so this is how we cook. But For instance, here's some bananas. We will have these for breakfast alongside of those potato pancakes. Or you could take these, make them into a pancake by using banana, a little bit of water and flour, getting it to your desired pancake consistency, and then topping it with maple syrup, or you can just eat them as is. Alternatively, you could buy eggs. They are super cheap right now, and that could last you throughout the week as well. I talk about portion sizes, not too much on my channel, but I mean, I believe in the United States we eat, our portion sizes are large, sometimes like way too large, and when heart disease is the #1 cause here of death in the United States, that is, well, I mean, heart-related issues, that is kind of what comes into play with this. So my family is not the epitome of health, but we do try and not restrict our portion sizes, but we really make sure that if we are eating a great abundance of something, it's gonna be something good for you, a fruit, a vegetable, a protein, and we're not like relying heavily on dairy or just like junk, if that makes sense. Of course, we are not perfect, so sometimes we do, but I did want to say that it just really depends on how you feed your family. Black olives, I love to chop these up, mix it with Roma tomatoes and a little bit of onion, and it's kind of like a pico tapenade, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but this is really good on top of toast. You have a bunch of flour left, so you could make some bread if you wanted. You do not need yeast to make bread. I will drop a recipe down in the description box for that. It's super yummy and really easy, but you can use that as a topping, I guess, if you want to call it that, for the bread, or you can make a sandwich. And then here are the veggies. For me, like the mixed veggies, they're 77 cents. The chopped kale, broccoli, and cauliflower, they're going to be $1, where the carrots are 72 cents. I prefer fresh over frozen every time, but of course, frozen is good for you too. I think it's even better in some ways, depending on which vegetable, but I think this is really important. So this has technically 4 to 6 servings in it. But we eat a lot of veggies, so this will last us throughout the week, and you can make so many different things with this. You could do soups with this. You could fry these up and make little buffalo cauliflower wings. You could cook the cauliflower separately, grind it down, and make it into an Alfredo sauce if you're dairy-free. You could use the kale and make kale chips if you wanted. You could put them in a smoothie with a banana, and you could pick up an apple and get some ice and make that. There's just so many different creative solutions to these really cheap things at Walmart. Of course, Walmart is the cheapest that I have found. We don't have an Aldi though. And then with the carrots, you could make like carrot fries. You could make carrot casserole. You could add this into something else. I've even seen some plant-based eaters do carrot dogs. So you could find out a way to do that. I'll drop that recipe too. I've done it. It just tastes like a carrot, honestly. It looks like a hot dog, but tastes like a carrot. So I did want to throw this in here. I know some of my videos, I cook everything, but I did want to just give you some ideas to keep in the back of your mind. I picked up some of these veggies knowing that they were the most nutritious in my opinion, based on our meal plan for the week. So I hope you enjoyed this little portion of the video. Let me know down in the description, or let me know down in the comment section what you would make with these side choices. So we also have these two left, as well as a bunch of flour. You could make pasta and use this as a tomato sauce. You could make tortillas and use this as a salsa, just grind it down and maybe put sweet potatoes in there. You could take the leftover beans and make veggie burgers and make homemade buns. You have a lot to go with that flour, and like I said, they do have the gluten-free flour if gluten bothers you, but I'm excited. I think there are a lot of options with this extra $5. Normally we do the $10 meal challenge, but adding that extra $5, making it $15, really opened up some meals for the entire week. All right, my friends, that is going to do it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed this little $10 meal challenge. If you couldn't tell, I am so busy. I'm just a little overwhelmed and busy, so I'm going to try my best to get these recipes typed out and some more videos to you this week, but I only have 28 more days left of school, and then it is summer break, so you might get a little sick of me during the summer because I'll have plenty of time to upload. Thank you all for your constant support. I really love all of you. As always, stay adventurous, stay creative, and I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.